Sometimes the moment you stop following feels exactly like a mistake. Not loud, not dramatic, just quietly wrong. Everyone else keeps moving in the same direction, together, confident, without hesitation. And you don't. You slow down. You pause. You turn slightly away. Nothing dramatic happens. No warning, no clear reason. Just a small feeling that something doesn't align. This is usually the moment people turn back, not because they're sure they were wrong, but because staying feels uncomfortable. When you move with everyone else, there is safety in numbers. Even if the direction is uncertain, at least you're not alone. But the moment you step aside, that safety disappears. There is no confirmation, no approval, no sign that says this is the right choice. Only silence. And silence is hard to tolerate because silence feels like doubt. In silence, the mind starts asking questions. Why am I doing this? Why does this feel harder? Why does everyone else look so sure? The absence of answers starts to feel like proof that you made a mistake. Most people don't return to the group because they suddenly understand something new. They return because uncertainty feels heavier than conformity. Following doesn't require clarity, it only requires movement. But stepping aside requires something else. It requires staying with the decision before it makes sense. This is the part nobody prepares you for, the part where nothing confirms you, no results, no reassurance, no emotional reward. Just the quiet discomfort of not knowing. From the outside, it looks like hesitation. From the inside, it feels like doubt. And doubt is often mistaken for failure. But doubt is not always a signal to stop. Sometimes it's simply the cost of not following. When you move differently, progress doesn't feel obvious. It doesn't feel like progress at all. It feels like isolation. That's why most people don't stay here long. They don't wait to see what happens next. They return to what feels familiar. Not because it's better, but because it's quieter inside. The mind prefers certainty, even if that certainty leads nowhere. But every now and then someone doesn't turn back, not because they are confident, but because turning back feels dishonest. They don't know where they're going, they just know they can't keep going the same way. There is no triumph here, no lesson, no conclusion. Just movement without confirmation. And most people will never know what happens after this moment, because they leave too early. Not because they were wrong, but because they needed proof before continuing. Sometimes the hardest part is not choosing a different path. It's staying on it without knowing why.